Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me guys. The holder of the regular WBA lightweight title, Gervonta Davis, claims that he dominated sparring with the current absolute champion of his weight, Devin Haney. Davis is convinced that neither Haney nor Shakur Stevenson pose any particular danger to him at the moment. Only I can beat myself. Gervonta Davis is the only person who can do this. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney can't even touch me. They were both in the ring with me, and I broke them both. In a fight with Devin Haney, the chances are generally unequal. How can he keep me at a distance if he doesn't have the power? I sparred with him twice, and the first time his father took Devin out of the ring. I almost knocked him out in the Floyd Mayweather gym. Did I tell you about it? Devin Haney is no 50-50 fight. How are you going to keep me off him when he's got no power? I sparred him twice. The first time his father took him out of the ring, I almost knocked him out in Floyd's gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that? Be ready, because I'm coming right behind you, Davis said. Gervonta Davis drove intriguing Terence Crawford comparison from sparring partner. Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford are two of the best boxers in the world, but who cares more one-punch knockout power? Crawford is the WBO welterweight champion with an unbeaten 39-0 record. 39-0 record, with 30 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Davis, who is also unbeaten with his most recent win coming against Ryan Garcia last month, is much more efficient with his knockouts, as 27 of his 29 wins have come by way of finish, which is all the more impressive considering he has mainly fought under 130 pounds. Crawford, in comparison, has been fighting at 138 pounds the last few years, with welterweight prospect Brian Norman having the pleasure of sparring with both men. So with that said, who does Norman rate as the bigger puncher? When I sparred Terence Crawford, I was 20 years old and he tried to old man me and show me I was a boy, Norman said. But even when you see him fight, he doesn't necessarily one-shot people. He beats you up, then he kills you. But as far as one-shot power and who got that, I've got to give it to Tank. It's certainly true that Crawford tends to finish his opponents with an accumulation of punches before going for the kill like he did it against Kell Brook, Norman said. Teddy Atlas says only two fighters rival Gervonta Davis at the face of boxing. Famed boxing trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas has identified the two threats to Gervonta Davis' self-proclaimed tag, the face of boxing. Davis' knockout victory over Ryan Garcia last month in the biggest fight of the year so far undoubtedly increased his star level to new heights. The pay-per-view sales of the clash perhaps back up his new title, although you can't discount the role of his dance partner Garcia at the eyes he brought to the event. Atlas has made no secret of his praise for Davis, calling him the most complete boxer around today. However, he does think two other men might have a case for being the current face of the boxer. When speaking to Showtime Sports on the Last Stand podcast, Atlas named Canelo Alvarez and Tyson Fury as a Tank's competition. Often Canelo and Fury might have an argument over that. The history of the sport tends to lean towards a heavyweight being that face. Where I will confirm that I will validate, what I will second is that he is a hell of a fighter. He is much more than what a lot of people thought he was, which was just a good puncher. He is a complete son of a gun. Not just physically and technically, but mentally. He thinks like a fighter. He behaves like a fighter in the ring. He's patient when he has to be patient. He is always contained and controlled. Along with being one of the hottest properties in boxing, Davis is also inarguably the most talented division, with the likes of Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson still to compete against. More big nights are surely just a matter of time, Atlas said. American lightweight Shakur Stevenson admitted that after watching the fight between his compatriot, the absolute world champion in the same weight, Devin Haney, slightly challenged his opinion about the result of this confrontation. According to Shakur, he still believed that Haney lost the fight, but gave a little more rounds to the champion. Also, Stevenson doesn't rule out that there could have been a draw. I just went back and watched the fight again. I came to a slightly different result than when I watched the fight in the arena. To be honest, it seems to me that it's either a draw or 7-5 defeat of Haney rounds. I used to have 8-4 against Haney, Stevenson said. Undefeated top lightweight Shakur Stevenson is looking at several options at 135 pounds, but his eyes are firmly set on a showdown with undisputed world champion Devin Haney. Stevenson was ringside last Saturday night in Las Vegas as he watched Haney win a close 12-round unanimous decision. At the same time, Stevenson believes the biggest fight at the weight is a showdown with Gervonta Davis. I think both Davis and Haney fights is great fights for me, Stevenson said. Obviously, I think me and Tank is a bigger fight, but me and Devin is a fight where I could establish who I am as a fighter. After Haney retained his titles, Stevenson entered the ring and exchanged a few brief words with the undisputed champion. Stevenson would like to face Haney next, but there is no guarantee that Haney will stick around at 135 pounds. He may move up to the junior welterweight limit of 140 pounds. If Devin can't make the weight and he don't feel the same, then just go up. But if it was me, if I was in his shoes, I would have the rematch. I would have to show the world that that dude can't fuck with me. That's how I would do it, Stevenson said. It's definitely some great fights to make. If Devin stays, I think me and Devin should fight next. If he doesn't stay and he decides to go to 140, I think me should bank it out. I think that's the big fight and the world get to see who I truly am, how special I am. I feel like just showed the world that he is not washed, he is not washed up. Now that we know that, I think it's only right. Throw me in there with him and let's see if I'm the truth. I keep saying I'm the truth. Kate Turman wants to return to living up to his moniker one time, and he has an unlikely figure to thank for that. The former welterweight titleist said in a recent interview that watching fights of Gervonta Davis has compelled him to get back to landing critical blows on his opponent. Baltimore's Davis is regarded as one of the sport's top one-punch knockout artists, having gone the distance in only 2 of his 29 career fights. Davis is coming off yet another stoppage win last month when he knocked out Ryan Garcia with a body punch in the 7th round of their high-profile 136-pound fight. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.